How do you clean a granite countertop? That's a great question, and we're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, today to answer the question, we're going to do a product review on one of my favorite products, which is Weiman Granite and Stone Cleaner and Polish. This is an all-in-one cleaner and polish. So you do the work once, it does all the work for you. Okay, so Weiman is a company that started back in 1941. The proper name of the company is Weiman Products, LLC. They started back in 1941 and they were selling high-end furniture. When the customers would come into the store, they would give them this little bottle of furniture polish. And the furniture polish went crazy. The customers were like, give us more of the furniture polish. So they started selling the furniture polish in the department stores. Now, this was from 1941 all the way to 2006. In 2006, they acquired rights, which is a cleaning product for silver and jewelry and metal. And then in 2014, they acquired a whole array of other products like Goo Gone, which is an adhesive remover, and Magic, which cleans stainless steel and leather and wood, and then Gonzo, which is an odor eliminating gel and beads. And then in 2015, they acquired Microscientific LLC, which is the leading supplier of intermediate surface and high-level disinfectants for the healthcare industry. So they've made a huge investment in their business. Okay, so now they're bringing us this all-in-one cleaner and polish. All right, so let's take a look at the safety data sheet and see, is it safe to use? The good news is, yes, it is. All right, number one is the information we just talked about the company and a little bit about where it came from. Number two are the hazards. There are no known hazards. Booyah. Okay, number three, what is the composition? Well, it doesn't say what the composition is, but there is one statement on file, and the statement says, this product contains no substances which at their given concentration are considered to be hazardous to health. So, yay again. All right, what are the first aid measures? Well, if it gets in your eyes, rinse your eyes. If it gets in your mouth, rinse your throat and mouth with water. If you breathe it, move to fresh air. And if it gets on your skin, rinse with fresh water. And if it causes irritability or you're sensitive or what have you, then seek medical attention. All right, fire hazards. Well, there are no fire hazards associated with this, but if your house catches fire, please use a regular household fire extinguisher. Next, spills and accidental release. Okay, if it's a little jar like this, then you simply flush with water. If it's a bigger spill, you mop it up. Boom. All right, handling and storage. Keep in a cool, dry place and keep away from pets and children. What are the exposure controls? Okay, so for personal protective equipment, if you have sensitive skin, you can wear latex, rubber, nitrile, or polyethylene gloves. Those would be your disposable gloves that we wear as house cleaners. All right, the physical and chemical properties. It is a colorless product, which is kind of clear like water, but kind of hazy. And it smells like citrus, and it has a pH balance of 8.2. So it's a neutral pH. All right, and the stability and reactivity. It's stable under all normal conditions, and it does not react to anything under all normal conditions. Alrighty, and the ecological information. And this means, is it kind to the air, land, and sea? Well, there are no determined problems with the air, land, sea, soil, any of those things. And the disposal considerations. When you toss out the empty jug, you want to follow all of the local, federal, and state regulations. This means if you have recycling in your area, you follow the recycling rules for where you live. And then the transport information. This is not regulated by air, land, or sea. So you can put this safely in your cleaning caddy and you can take it anywhere you want to go. All right, very good. And the regulatory information, it has one statement on file and I'm going to read that for you now. It says this product does not contain any amount of any chemical required to be reported under SARA Title III, and that's the Emergency Planning and Community Right to Know Act, also known as EPCRA. So this is a product that you can feel good about when using it inside your home. All right, let's go take a look and see exactly how it works, and I'm going to show you some tips along the way. For those of you that are in your cars and you're listening to the podcast or you're out jogging, what you can't see is that in front of me is the Weiman Granite and Stone Cleaner and Polish and a couple of white cotton terry cloths. These are my work smart, not hard tools for cleaning the granite countertop. Now, this is a neutral pH cleaner, unlike other neutral pH cleaners on the market that are designed for other surfaces like hardwood floors. The difference is in the stone cleaner, it is designed for hard, porous stone that has lots of little nooks and crannies, cracks and fissures inside the stone. And instead of just cleaning the surface, we want something that's going to reach down into all those nooks and crannies and lift the dirt and leave a luster. The cleaning process is pretty straightforward. I have a ginormous island of granite in the middle of the kitchen, surrounded by wall-to-wall kitchen counters that are also made of granite. I'm spraying the granite stone and cleaner polish generously on top of the granite countertop, and you'll see that it doesn't set right in. Then I'm taking the terry cloth and I'm going to rub it in a circular motion, and I'm going to push all of the granite and cleaner into the surfaces, the little porous nooks and crannies and crevices that we talked about. I'm going to rub that into the stone, and that will set for about a minute before I flip the terry cloth over and I polish and just buff the top of the granite countertop. It's a very easy process. If you have grease or grime or dirt or stains on the countertop, then you want to let the polish sit for about a minute. Other than that, you can go ahead and just start buffing right away until you buff it to a dry condition. Once it's in a dry condition, you want to let it set and air dry for about a minute, and then you're good to go before you can set things back on top of your counter. It's hard to capture the shine in a countertop as you're polishing it, but let's give this a try. Watch the reflection of the stainless steel refrigerator in the granite countertop as we polish it. There's a remarkable difference from a minute ago until now. We're going to actually rewind this and watch it again. Here's the before, then we're going to polish it. Watch the shine and the after. Isn't that amazing? Let's do it again. Here's the before, the polishing it, and the after. Booyah! Now, if you spill red wine, for example, on a granite countertop and you don't wipe it up immediately, it can seep into the stone and it can stain it permanently. So we want to make sure that whenever we spill anything, we wipe it up immediately, including water. Water can also leave water stains on your granite countertop. Now, granite is really expensive, and lots of people will invest in it when they're going to go sell their home or when they buy a home because it upgrades the value of the home. And so people love to have this luxurious countertop. It's very resilient, it's very durable, it looks fantastic, but you have to care for it in a very specific way. Now, also, if you have a cooking experience that you're going to use on top of your countertop, we want to make sure that we protect the countertop before your cooking experience. So let's say that you have one of those plug-in grills and the juice from the grill drips down. You want to have a plate underneath that so it drips in the plate and not on your countertop. Also, if you have like a toaster oven, there's heat in the toaster oven and stuff can bubble out the sides or the heat can damage the stone. So you want to put one of those silicone baking mats underneath the toaster oven or your crock pot or whatever it is that you're going to use on top of your solid surface countertop. So you just want to protect that as well. All right, then if you are going to drink alcohol or citrus juice or any of those things, you want to make sure that you use a coaster. And that way, if something spills or runs down the outside of your glass, that it doesn't seep into your countertop. So you just want to take all necessary precautions. Alrighty, now that we've had a chance to take a look at the Weiman Granite and Stone Cleaner and Polish, all in one, super easy to use, super safe, friendly, daily use, all these things. It's got the information on the back of it in case you need to contact the company. It has the warning information, keep it away from kids and pets. It has the safety lock on the spray so that it doesn't accidentally spray in your car as you're traveling to a customer's house, or in case your kids get into it, they can't even click the trigger unless you turn it. So I'm going to give Weiman Granite Stone Cleaner and Polish the Savvy Cleaner seal of approval. Now I want to know, have you used it? Do you like it? Do you love it? How often do you use it? Let's start a conversation in the notes below. And if you found this helpful, please pass it on to a friend. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.